All right, welcome to another episode on Prime Logic. This is another interesting problem that I found online. If you want to solve this problem, please pause the video because I'm going to solve this problem right now. So obviously we have this set up. So we have in the original picture, I couldn't see or confirm that these are squares, but this problem is only solvable if these are squares. So we assume that these are squares. So we have three squares with a side 6, 10, and 16. And here we have a trapped area, a shaded area, which is the form of a trapezoid. So what is the area of this trapezoid? Find this area of this shaded region. So let's start. It's very easy. I think there is a lot of ways you could use comparison of the triangles. You could use a coordinate system and many other ways. So what is the area of trapezoid? So a trapezoid has two parallel lines. So let's name this one as A, this line of this side of trapezoid, and this one as B. So we know that the area of a trapezoid is half times A plus B, which are the parallel sides of the trapezoid, times H, which is the height. So from this formula, we just know the height. So the height of this trapezoid is the side length of this middle square. So this is 10, and then we can substitute it as it here. So let's find out the A and B. So we have a big triangle. Let's just name it as capital letter A and B and C. So this big triangle is a right triangle. Let's name this side C, D, E, F, and G. So let's focus on triangle ADE, okay? So this triangle ADE shares this angle here with this big triangle, and there is a right angle here. So there is an angle which is 90 degrees. So we can say that this big triangle and this AED triangle, they are similar because they have two similar angles. And then let's take a look at this smaller triangle, which is AGF. So again, this angle here is shared among all the triangles, and it is a right triangle because this side is the side, this corner is just the corner, the vertex of this square. So we can say that because they have two angles similar, they must be similar, all these triangles, and then we can compare them. We can just write down these proportions based on this corresponding side because there is they scale in a similar way. Okay, so let's just write down here. So this side is 16. This side is also 16. That's a big square. So let's compare, for example, BC to CA. So we can say that 16 to this long side here. So 16 plus 10, 26 plus 6, 32. So 16 over 32 equals the corresponding side here in this less big triangle. So it corresponds with A over 10 plus 6. So 16 over 32 it gives us the same value or the same proportion as A over 10 plus 6 in this triangle, AED. So A plus A over 16. And then we can also write down the same formula for here. So the corresponding side in this little triangle, AGF, is B. It also equals B over this side, the corresponding side. Here it's 6. So now we can clearly and easily solve for A and B. So from this, the first equation, A equals 16 times 16 over 32. So 32 is 2 times 16, right? So we can cancel one of the 16s out, and 16 over 2 is 8. So A is 8. So let's put a box around it. Let's now solve for B. Okay, so from let's say, so A is now 8. Okay, so we can say that B equals 6 times 8, or 6 times 16 over 32, or 6 times 8 over 16. So it gives us, so we can just simplify that, 8 and 16, so it's 1 and it's 2. So 6 over 2 is 3. Let's put a box around it. We found A as 8 and B as 3. Now let's just substitute in this trapezoid area formula, okay? So we can say that area of this shaded region, which is a trapezoid, is half times A plus B, so 3 plus 8 times 10. So 10 over 2 is 5, and 5 times 11 is 55 square units. So that's the final answer. That's the area of the shaded region. That's going to wrap it up for today, guys, for this small yet beautiful problem. I want you to drop your thoughts and answers using different methods and approaches in the comments below. I always learn from you. And make sure to like the video, please, to support the channel, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And see you on our next video on prime logic